everybody, and welcome to Smash Summit 2, and I am Isaiah Cowan here with a bunch of my friends, all of us are machinimators.
So he teleports
it's lit. Now we want to go down the line real quick and just let the people who are here so far just introduce themselves. So, Gil, if you want to start.
Oh, am I starting? Oh, do I have to? Oh, fine. What's going on, everybody? This is Master Gil, and welcome to Isaiah Cowan's second Smash Summit. And we're here with a whole bunch of machinimators, and we're going to be taking turns doing whatever. Oh no, mine. Okay. So yeah, just basically sit back, relax, and enjoy the summit again.
There we go.
Again.
Me too. You again.
Alright, yo, I'm Mewtwo I finally made it onto one of these streams. I'm creator of Ryu's Smashing Journey and the Forgotten Ones. Yeah. And coming soon, Ryu's Ultimate Journeys, Mind Freak, which is a movie, and Smash Pass. I don't know what else to say.
Oh boy.
Subscribe to the Smashing 13.
Wait,
There we go, get that chill in there.
Yeah, do that. There's 2 members of the Smashing 13
I don't know what to say.
Do it now!
Real.
Let me in! Let me in!
RamZ, you can go.
I mean, if you insist. Alright. Hi, how's it going, guys? My name's RamZ. If you don't know, I'm the creator of Smashers, or Smasher Z's as some people call it, and a new upcoming series, Chaos. Well, I will actually be doing voice acting this time around, so get excited.
Get hype.
Nah, I don't wanna. I'm kidding.
Oh, dang. Jeez.
Tell me what to do, RamZ.
Great start, guys. Great start.
What's up, viewers? This is Redway6697 here, and I make the Smash Ultimate Machinima series known as Smash World. And this is the first time I'm being here in the Smash Summit. Be sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe to this video and to my channel as well as Isaiah's and everyone else on this bullshit. So please enjoy this Smash Summit with all your hearts.
Hey, give it a thumbs up.
The channels will be in the link in the description below, as Isaiah is typing it now.
Yeah, I'll type.
That's my line.
Real quick. If you guys are looking for any of these people's channels, after this is all done, I'll be added in the description so everyone's channels are shared.
Don't forget to check out Erston and Smash.
Oh yeah, don't forget Erston Smash. Yo, Gil, actually, because there's like a background noise. I don't want to be that guy.
You're that guy.
I think you have like a little. Yeah, I'm being that guy. I can't tell. Is that background noise from you?
Try muting everyone except for him.
Well, I mean, yeah, just like mute for a little bit, and then like when it's like when you have to say something, just on mute. That's fine. Yeah. Yeah.
It's okay.
Almost done.
Okay. Anyway, ShadowZPA, you're next.
Hi guys, I'm ShadowZPA, Shadow for short, Dave, Baker, whatever you want to call me, creator of the one and only Smash Region series, and another upcoming machinima that is currently in development. I can't spoil that, but more information will become in the future, and I'm so happy to be on board in the stream.
Alrighty. Cisco.
Checklist. Demonstrate missing equipment.
Hello, my name is Cisco Link. You can call me Cisco if you like. I am the creator of, I'm the creator of The Black Sword for Hire, a short machinima film that I did a long while ago. I was also meant to do Challenger's Edge, but that kind of is an indefinite hiatus at this moment. But,
It has a banger opening.
thanks. I am also the artist that usually makes textures and animations for people to use and such. So I mean, if you want to ask me for anything, you can. I'll do it. I'll gladly do it. So.
I'm reading the chat right now, Isaiah.
Yeah.
It says
yeah.
quiet.
Is it
Oh,
fine
I'm
now?
wondering
How's the audio? How is the audio in general, by the way, for the stream?
I think
Just let us know if there's any problems.
Yeah, please.
I mean, my current problem is I
don't know
can't
my
hear Redway at all.
Okay. That's odd. I can hear you. I can hear Kyle just fine. Is it?
Well, let's just keep going down, and then like I'll adjust it.
Yeah, okay.
That's actually
we'll do
on.
some more troubleshooting later.
Can anybody hear me by any chance?
Oh yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
you're.
I can hear
Yeah,
you.
All right,
I can hear you.
Slash, you want to go next?
What's up, guys? It's Black/20, creator of Bound to Smash Alpha. Currently working on Bound to Smash Alpha Part 2 from scratch, and also eating a chili dog.
That sounds
Nice.
like
Nice.
fun. Kyle.
I'm Kyle or Speed, depending on what you want to call me. Really doesn't matter.
I will call you
created-
Demon.
Thanks, man. That's fine too. I don't really care. I created Smash games of Machinima series in Smash 4 that is now finished. I'm working on Plan B, which is a Machinima series that everyone loves to make fun of the name for, and Revenge. And Revenge, which is a Smash Bros. Brawl Machinima series based around the retro pixels and how someone is trying to murder us. So, that's apropos.
Oh.
Oh, how dark.
You can't go wrong with trying to murder someone.
Yeah.
Murders!
Alright, and lastly, for now, unless anyone else joins, Terra.
Hello, I am Terravancer Yo. You may remember my machinimas such as Rouge Angels, Saturn Cupids, which is sadly now cancelled, and other such machinima shorts as Smashville 99, or the many Persona 5 themed Smash Brothers machinimas. And I'm currently working on a new project, 2 of them at the moment, and they'll soon be... And there's no definite release date for those yet, but please stay tuned for that and subscribe to Terravancer Yo at YouTube's. So, yeah.
Shit, are we plugging ourselves?
Fuck.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Language.
By the way, I need to know, is this a PG
I think we're already
stream?
demonetized from that.
I don't care.
I wholly doubt it.
Okay, cool. Because
I think we're already
I swear
demonetized.
every once in a while.
No, don't swear, you'll get us demonetized.
I think we already are.
Probably.
This is for children only. Oh, how dare thee? These fucking children.
Anyway, like my mic is super quiet, but hey, it's whatever. We're gonna figure out later. So for everyone here, I said it before we went live, but I'm gonna say it again. So thank you for coming. So if we're just gonna jump right into it, I guess we can just like do like a good icebreaker question. So, I just want to see everyone here. What was like everyone's inspirations for like machinimating? Yeah. So if anyone wants to go first,
I'll start off.
go for it.
All right, so I basically started machinimating around kind of like the end of the Smash 4 era. Not really a lot of people know about my Smash 4 series, but it's pretty shitty. But anyways, from that, what inspired me to actually start machinimating was well, I didn't really like get into machinima during that time. I didn't even know what machinima was. I just liked the idea of like making the story out of like these Smash characters and kind of like building a fan base on top of that. Kind of just motivates you to make more. And I don't know if I'm being comprehensive about this, but my main inspiration was mainly the Super Mario Bros. Series. So that kind of explains why I took the text-based route for my machinima mainly. I know the Smash machinima community is kind of allergic to text-based machinima, but it's kind of like my intentional thoughts why I went text-based anyways. So that was my main inspiration to go with text-based. But I am deciding to do a voice acting series called Chaos. It's one of the main antagonists of my actual mainline series. And yeah, once I started noticing what machinima was, I was really like, intrigued by like what these how these talented people were were able to make a story with such limited tools. And that kind of just, I appreciate and admire that kind of talent, what, the creativity that people can bring upon their series and make their own fan base and, just form a community together. And yeah, that's mine.
Okay, dope. I know, like, I mean, I don't want to repeat myself for most of the time, but like, cause like I said a lot of my pieces in the first one, so I'm gonna try to like host this one more than like speak up much, but I do know that Super Mario Brothers Z was a key inspiration, not just for Machinima, but just like in general when it came to like YouTube
Yeah.
for me. So
Yeah.
I feel that. Anybody else?
Um. Uh. Okay. So my inspiration for making machinima was kind of simplistic in a way, but nah, actually, let me reiterate. My main inspiration was Smash King, because at the time when I was on YouTube and I happened to see his machinima, I was just like, holy crap, this is amazing. So then I eventually got in both Smash Bros. Melee and Brawl at the same time, and I had no idea what the heck I was doing, so the video that I have on my channel, it's still there, but it's like the first video I ever made of a machinima, and it's absolutely awful. But
Everyone starts somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Eventually, I started to get a little bit better with it, and after my friend, my very close friend, Havoc Silverwing, shout out to him. He's not on here, but still, he helped me get my Wii fixed. And he got my Wii to be hacked and such, so from there, I just kind of went crazy. But,
Also, just wanted to say big shout out to you, as just like a member of this community, because, whether people know it or not, like a lot of the animations that people see in primarily like Brawl Machinima is like from Cisco. So if you guys haven't seen him, just check him out. Cisco's fire, great machinima. Just wanted to congratulate you.
Essentially, their
You've
DNA
definitely
is
seen the things he's made.
essentially their DNA is in all machinima. Is essentially in almost all machinimas. So essentially, you are. Okay, this joke was gonna go nowhere.
Nice delivery.
Just now,
never mind. Forget it.
Lone, do you want to
Lone Wolf in the chat.
Oh,
hey.
Hello, the lonest of wolves.
Hi guys. Sorry, I was taking a little nap.
Okay. Well, I don't know if you need to.
Great start.
Go ahead. Introduce yourself. Your machinima alone. Go ahead.
Okay. Hello everyone. Lone Wolf 1500 here. I make The Legend of Zelda: Rise of the Falling and Surf and Turf.
Surf and Turf.
Everyone's having a great evening so far, so let's get back to the stream.
Okay. Does anyone else want to go on with what got them into it?
I would like to start.
Lone just got here, so I volunteer him.
All right, because I'm gonna start picking people out random. So go ahead.
Oh my god.
Who said they want to go? Red White?
Yeah. Okay. Well, for me, it was actually a really hard path. I've been wanting to trying to create my own Smash story since the Brawl days, and I was actually inspired by Tiger's Smash King series. And I was really inspired by the way he wrote his story, and I've been trying to write a lot of drafts, but I was getting nowhere. Then Smash 4 came along, and I kind of saw an opportunity. I had the ideas of writing a small Christmas short, and I got the help from Lone Wolf himself. He helped me machinimate that along with the Halloween special, and I'm really grateful that you were able to do that for me, Lone. And then Smash Ultimate came along with the super easy way to record videos, and I didn't even need to use a capture card, and so far I've released 3 episodes of my series, and I'm actually inspired and grateful for all the road that I've come, so for how far I've come. I'm grateful.
I'm actually that's really cool because I remember when Red White just started coming in and he was just a voice actor. Happy, proud of you.
He's just a voice actor, but he's voiced in like everyone's show.
Well, not every machine, but yeah, thank you.
Hasn't voiced in my show yet.
The word
yes,
apparently.
And yes, I've been a voice actor. And yes, I've been a voice actor for quite a while. I just started machinimating this year around the first episode I think I released was around August. So I'm thankful that I'm not just a voice actor, but also a machinimator, and once again grateful. I know I've said it a lot of times already, but I actually don't care. I'm grateful and I'm happy.
Cool.
Grateful.
All right. So the next person. Hey Tara, what's your inspirations?
Inspirations? Well, first off, I would just like to acknowledge a thing that I saw in the chat about a few minutes ago. Alex, the Night of Time, remembering my Here Comes Ganondorf short thing that I did like super long ago. Thank you for that. For inspirations, let's take a moment to think. I do remember I was inspired quite a bit by Virtual Smash a lot, because I know it's kind of a cop-out answer, but it's kind of one of the groups that solidified the foundation for what a lot of people would be trying to replicate in doing in Smash Machinimas, and what quality of standard would be held up to. And I do think that I wanted to move away from like a lot of the okay, good one, Angel Glory. I wanted to move away from the kind of like long running action genre that a lot of people have been doing a lot of, and kind of do more slice of life stuff that was kind of the ones that not a lot of people do, but it's kind of like it has a lot of potential there, because a lot of the characters themselves are all from different franchises, and then they have all different experiences for that. And I suppose for Rouge Angels, as in these different characters are all going to interact in a different way, and they would have some sort of connections, and they can all experience a different kind of life that is very, I suppose, like kind of personal, I suppose, and also something that you can relate to in a bit. And of course I chose to do a Smash Machinima where every character was an original character.
And that's the story of Terra Adventure Yo.
Thank you.
Let's go. This is the only question I'm going to have everyone do something individually. ShadowZPA, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Alright, how about you?
Well, for my inspiration, I'm gonna have to say, well, Nastas my Shippadage for one, because I mean that's what actually got me into Brahmachin. Well, not only Smash Chasm was the one that was inspiring me, there was also Smash King, there was also End of Smash, there was a lot of Brahmachin out there. I just don't know how to explain them all in my mind, but I mean, the next machinima that I actually started to get into after all of those were Master Gil. I mean, well, Earth and Smash by Master Gil. I mean, seriously, I've never seen any active machinima starring as a main character other than mine. I also want to say special thanks to my man, I've seen his skin, because he's actually my second inspiration a long time ago, and still actually is. And I was like, oh my gosh, I have got to get to making those kind of goddamn animations, like and they were all so. I don't know how to explain this in words, but like the kind of you guys make are like no other I've seen. But anyways, I don't have that much inspiration. I gotta get back into it, but yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. All those were my inspiration.
All right, I believe. How about we have Lone go next?
Okay. Well, how about we have Lone go next? Okay, well, so this question is pretty much our inspiration, correct?
Yes.
Okay, I want to say that my inspiration for starting Machinima originally was Villain Joe. Just in case no one knew that, but yeah, it was Villain Joe.
What a shock!
Oh my god! Right, it was Villain Joe. And then it went to being Flip because I actually stopped watching Machinima for a very long time, and I guess it was I guess that's part it back by the time during Smash 4 came out. And I was like, you know what? I guess I'll try my hand at making a Smash Bros. Machinima when Smash 4 comes out. So I started, YouTubing what was out there. And the first result I got was Into Smash. And I watched Into Smash, and I'm like, oh, this is actually really good. And I guess he was like a few episodes in, and I checked out Flip. So he's what got me into actually making Machinima, wanting to make one as well, with Villain Joe. But going forward, I don't want to sound like that guy, but I feel like everybody sort of started becoming inspiration for machinimating. Like everyone here has very good strains that it's like you just can't replicate that. I remember watching the Panda Brothers, and I'm like, oh my god, their editing is so good. I wish my editing could be that good, and that's what got me into downloading After Effects. And now, like, I'm already on my way to purchasing particular trap code particular, so I can do some crazy effects later on. And then like you have RamZ's camera angles, and I'm like, okay, these are really good.
Thank you.
I mean, like, you're welcome. I mean, like, then you got, oh my god, and I don't know. I can't really describe the way Isaiah writes some of his characters and like just the story, but Ashley in there is such a great villain. And when I can't remember, was it episode 2 or 3? Like, yeah, when episode 2 or 3 came out, and you just see like Ashley say, "Okay, well, I'm going to introduce Cupcake." Like, what the hell? And like you just got this big ass dinosaur right behind. I mean, like everyone is an inspiration. Like Smash King, everyone. Like, oh my god, everyone in this machinima community.
Everyone is here.
God damn it.
Everyone is here. Oh my god.
Sorry, couldn't help it.
No, you're fine. But whenever anyone drops any type of video, I'm just sitting there like, okay, well, this is great. This is great. Like, I'm just watching it. I'm not even watching it like it's a machinima at this point. I'm watching it like it's art. Like, I remember,
it's art.
I would honestly watch a few of you guys, and it's like, oh well, I think you guys can improve on this, because like, I just want everyone at this point to be the best that they can be, because everyone in this machinima community is an inspiration to me. Oh, bars, but so, but yeah, outside of you guys, I want to say also Disney movies. Disney movies.
Gee, I wouldn't have guessed based on some of your soundtrack choices.
Oh yeah.
I mean, not just that, but in Rise of the Fallen.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Maleficent. Anyway, so
Dog, I'm right while you enjoy them.
Okay, who just did that? Who did that?
Probably Ridley.
Okay, all right. I don't want to go on for too long, but yeah, Disney, Ghibli Studios, Harry Potter, books, movies, stuff like that. All of the cinema community. Yes, all of the books I read. So yes, that's what's my inspiration. So you guys keep doing great work, keep feeding my mind, or keep feeding everyone's imagination, and keep making this community great. That's my inspiration.
Okay.
Also, Redway, I wasn't really mad that you said the joke. I was more mad that you stole my joke.
Oh shit.
Yeah, well, if it makes you feel any better, I had no idea you were gonna do that. Makes you feel any better.
Anyways.
So hopefully my mic issues are fixed. They probably aren't, but you know what? We're gonna figure this out. I think Gil, is he the last one that didn't go?
I didn't go yet.
Did he?
Gil hasn't gone. I haven't gone. I don't think Slash is gone, but I could be wrong.
All right, Kyle.
I don't think he has gone either.
Okay.
He hasn't gone yet. I mean, anyways, go ahead.
Gil or me?
You, Kyle.
Okay. Well, going back pretty much as far as you can, my biggest inspiration is just I've always liked making stories, even as a kid, playing with like action figures and crap. So this is just another outlet for me to do it. But in terms of actually machinima, I got to jump on the bandwagon here. Smash King was one of the first ones I saw. But when I saw it, I was like, yeah, nope, can't do that. So I found Smash Tasm, Grand Brawl, and then like stuff that White Blade Zero made. And I'm like, okay, maybe. So I dipped my foot in like probably over a decade ago, and that did not go well. So then I stopped making stuff for a while, and then years passed, and I found Roy's Our Boy and Chronicles of Brawl, and I was like, man, people still make this? I wonder if I've gotten better at this. So then I started making stuff again, and I've pretty much been making machinima since, and that was like 2016. So
yeah.
I won't go in and thank books like Lone. I won't have a super long one, but like Lone, I will say that I am inspired by pretty much like the majority of the community here.
Hey, don't forget
for various
Kyle's
reasons.
streaming now too. Kyle with this fire.
Okay, we didn't need to plug me here, Isaiah, but thanks. I wasn't gonna. Okay, whatever. You know what? Fine, whatever.
Yeah,
Isaiah, you do your thing.
Check out his machinima streams. You know, pretty fire.
At the WWE Super Slam.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Twitch.tv.
Sorry, did you just call WWE Super Slam?
What the fuck? So Slash, you wanna go?
Sure. I can go.
Oh, you did?
All right. No, I can go. I haven't gone.
Go.
All right. All right.
Go.
No, quiet. So, to start with, it probably is really silly to say this anyway, regardless, because I probably sound the same like everybody else. But honestly, I got the inspiration from watching old machinimas. So like Smash King and Smash Tasm way back in the day. Honestly, and it just came to me. And honestly, it was just more so the fact that just like it was one of the few things that I always wanted to do. And I was like, okay, cool, I can do something like this. But how do I do something like this without, it being too corny or it being something completely the same or anything like that? And that's why I just started to think like, well, I mean, it's Smash Brothers. It's a collective of all the characters that ever existed that's been on the Nintendo console. So I was like, what's a character that everybody frowns upon, or everybody's like, hey, look at me, or look at this character, he's stupid. I was gonna say Luigi, to be honest, but I picked Wario because I was like, man, there's never been a day or a second in my life where I've seen Wario in the light as a positive. So I was like, okay, let's just take that further. And then I was like, okay, cool. What am I gonna do with this single character? And it just starts snowballing from there. And I think the one thing that keeps me semi-active, is the fact that I just want to tell a story. And I'm pretty sure all of us feel the same way, that we all want to tell a story about a certain character or a group of characters going on an adventure that is based off of the game, or say, for instance, the characters take the form of the game that they're in or whatever, yada, yada, yada. So like, you want to tell that story. And so the main drive for me at this moment is just like, I just want to tell a story. Like Smash King's telling that story, dude. Like, that is an adventure. And that's something that I always wanted to do,
Bro, that's a whole knob. Like,
yeah. So like, it's just one of the things that it's just like what I always wanted to do, and it's worth telling a story in the end. sometimes, regardless, even if it's your first time machinimating or you think you're not that good at it, there'll be trials and errors and all that garbage like that. It's gonna happen. Something's gonna hit you blindsides. Something's gonna happen with your editing software. But
wow,
I can't help but feel like this is a cry for help. I can't help but feel like this is a cry for help.
It's not really a cry for help. It's more so the fact that just like anything can happen, but you have to stay diligent. And there'll be times where just like, man, I don't even know why I'm doing this. Is it really worth it? And then you get to the parts where it gets heated, or hey, look, this is actually starting to come together.
Or that really exciting moment that you wanted to put together.
There's points in times where I'm watching a series, like let's just say, for instance, I'm just gonna bring this up because that was the last thing I watched. Let's just say I was watching Smash King, the newest episode of Smash King, right? And I was like, wow, this is really good. This character development is really good for Wario. I can't believe I'm saying this again. But when Wario said, money can't hurt you, I felt something. That's what I want to do. I want to tell a story in a way where...
That was like in the newest episode, wasn't it?
Somebody.
Yeah.
I mean, like, he's not wrong. He's not wrong. That quote is actually not wrong. So that's basically what it is. It's just I want to tell my own story. And that's my inspiration.
The end of wisdom right there.
I love that.
I don't want to ruin this moment, but I wanted to make a joke about how money can actually hurt you.
I don't care.
You swim in it like Scrooge McDuck.
Oh boy.
That's one way.
So just to piggy off, just to go off of one thing /7 he was talking about, like those inspirational things. Just one thing I've been trying to tell people lately is that if you want to make machinima, go ahead and do it. You don't be scared that your first one's gonna look like crap, because one thing you have to do is before you can make your 50th, that'll be awesome and everyone's gonna love. You got to make your first that might not be the best, might have audio issues, visual issues, something, but you got to get the first one out there before you can start improving.
I actually, this was weird, but like when I did the opening for Challenger's Edge, this was probably the only time Mega Blaster ever appeared in my feed at all, and he told me that it was really unique. I was freaking out because I'm like, holy crap! I didn't think I'll ever actually get his attention on that. But because I was a teenager and I had no idea what the hell I was doing, and honestly, my perfectionism kind of just killed it. It really killed it. And I also was kind of afraid to even attempt to do that because my story, after a while, I started to realize it's basically just Smash King, but Link is the main character. And I was just like, God damn it. Mostly it was... I mean, the story wasn't exactly, but the tournament part definitely was Smash King, but everything else kind of was a continuation of the two stories that I made for Melee and even the N64 era game. I'll probably get into that later.
Hey.
I think we have enough. We've done enough. Now let's move to...
We gotta do one last one.
Yeah, I know.
Hold on.
I'm passing it to Master Gil.
Gil.
All right, then I'll go last then.
What you want little me to go? Oh no.
Do it, Gil.
Come on.
Go.
Oh no.
Come on, what inspires you?
What inspired me in general? Let's see, Cartoon Network when it was actually good.
Ooh. Nice answer.
Yeah, back in the day, that was just the junk. Like Cartoon Network, almost everything that came on was legit. Let's see, SWAT Cats was good, and I'll be a man to say Papa Girls with Sailor Moon was good, even though I'm a guy, but that's besides the point. Let's see, and then back and forth with Nickelodeon, that all the stuff in there was good, even though a good majority of it I didn't really watch. Even that would lead to me being the odd one out at school, and so Pepper Ann, Recess, Doug. We don't speak about Doug, but machinima wise, Oh dear. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. I'm trying to remember the first machinima that I actually watched. I think it was. I'm trying to remember what it was. I think it was called Melee Days or something like that. And the most and
That's Mofat's work.
and the episode that I saw was like Roy trying to stop Mark from taking Daisy. I remember seeing that episode, and then the first broad machinima that I saw was Daisy's Dilemma, and then after that was like the supersonic racing and all that.
When people
when they were like
Mofat.
That's a classic.
Yeah.
They're pretty classic.
Yeah, like motivation wise, it always goes back to Smash King. It's the first actual good one that I saw, and then alongside that was Silver Crisis by Mega Blaster, and then for the Smash 4 one was of course Roy's Our Boy by Brian Luna.
Shout out to the boy.
Yeah, Smash King was actually the one that wanted me to do Brawl Machinima, but I know nothing about Wii hacking, and so I found out it was actually very easier than I thought.
Yes. Oh my god.
It's much easier
because the Wii has no protections whatsoever.
No, it does not. And Roy's Our Boy was the motivation and inspiration for the for Earth in a Smash, and the one that that gave me the idea to have me as a main character was actually Shadow's Smash region, and ever since then I've been doing that, and since the last episode, which was I do believe was the second to last episode, which was 6, I heeded Tagura's advice, to switch up, the faces of the Mii, because they're the only ones that seem capable of it. Even though the other characters is like you have to freeze frame it on just the exact moment to get them to have like a half lidded pose that make them give you that are you serious look, or I can't believe this guy is actually saying this look, or whatever look is that you want to give him. But like in Ultimate, it seems to be much better since you actually do frame by frames. And I'm trying to like get into the Ultimate ones, since it seems to be much better, especially in certain stages where it seems like there's no need for the free movement camera, except they don't do it on the custom stages, and I'm so mad. I'm still mad.
I think everyone is.
Hopefully they'll do it in the next update.
Or we can just wait for that.
Hopefully.
Or we can just take Lone's advice and wait for that unlocked camera hack that's coming out at some point.
Hopefully.
Why did
Or
they
just do
just...
frame by frame.
What kills me is Sakurai is aware of a machinima, so why the hell didn't he just make it to where it's just like Dolphin, basically?
Something tells me he might not be entirely aware.
Oh shit!
I think it's more.
I don't know.
Well, I think he's aware of some people making shorts, but I don't know if Sakurai's aware of the Smash Machinimas. I think he's more aware of the reactions that people post to the directs and something.
The memes are real.
Yes, I hear that Sakurai even followed Etika himself. Rest in peace, man.
Yeah, rest in peace.
Oh yeah. Sakurai should give us a green screen.
No reason whatsoever.
It just has bubbles.
No.
And the flat, and you can't. And the stage is flat.
Yes.
It's flat. It's flat, like the Earth.
Oh my goodness.
Okay,
All right.
we're not doing this.
I finally, all right. So I fixed the mic issues. So let's get back on track.
Yes,
I
please.
think was Mewtwo. Did you go?
No, not yet. I'm
All right.
go
So
right
you're the
now.
last person, and then we can get into freeform questions. So God.
Alright,
He's one in a
so
million.
basically my inspirations, mainly just me wanting to tell a story, make my own shows. And really what made me get into machinimas was seeing machinimas after like searching up some Brawl videos or Melee videos, and then I stumbled onto Smash King and Wolf's Retarded Mission and Smash Tasm, which also to plug again on Smashing 13, Smash Tasm is continuing. So check that out if you like that. And yeah, I was like, wow, this is really cool. I can actually tell my own story using this game that I really like. And then I make my YouTube channel around 2015. And around that time, I rediscover Machinima. I'm like, wow, this still exists. And it's still somewhat popular. And then I start coming up with ideas for a Machinima. I'm like, all right, I'm going to make one once all the DLC comes out. Which is why my first Machinima stars Ryu. And it's way beyond rough. But not going to go into depth about that. But yeah, then I started trying some new things. I started trying more dark stories like The Forgotten Ones. I decided to be like, wow, this is actually something that I really enjoy, because it also ties to another one of my inspirations, via dark cartoons like TMNT 2003, Ben 10, what's another one? Secret Saturdays, Teen Titans.
Ooh, we're talking about the good one, right?
Yeah, I hope so.
Yes, the good Ben 10
There's a
one.
good one?
Go.
I was talking about Teen Titans. We're talking about the good Teen Titans, right?
You meant Teen Titans, yeah.
Yeah, we're talking about
I said Teen Titans, not Titans.
E-T-N-S, Teen Titans.
Let's go, sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, that's basically it. Just me wanting to tell these stories and work with what I got.
Dope. Okay. So just like last time, that's the very long question. That's the longest question we're gonna have. So just kind of like jump into other things. So like we're not gonna go one by one anymore. Like from here on out, when anyone has something to say, just say it. Just let's try to avoid talking over each other and whatnot. But all right. So a question that I have was for at least for the majority of people in here who have experienced more than just Ultimate or just Brawl or just one form of Smash gaming. When it came to like filming, like what do you guys prefer for video making?
Ultimate. I'm gonna say Ultimate till I die.
And what's the difference?
Yeah, I vote Ultimate.
Like what
It is okay. The drastics, the different. Hold on, let me just. Can I just explain it to you?
Serious.
Let me just tell you 2 seconds of your time. Okay, when you were recording on Smash 4, there was no way, zero, unless you had to mod your Wii U or factory it. There was no way for you to get rid of the grid or the percent icon. So you always had to either bury it around it or do the little line cuts, like drastic cuts, or zoom dramatically into the screen.
The quality of the
Which yes, exactly, which kills the quality sometimes depending on what promo. Let's say, for instance, like use AVR Media like I did. AVR Media is not that technical, and it cannot process that. So if I crop that, it's going to kind of look like butt unless I render it double time. Now, when you go on the Nintendo Switch and you click on replay data, not only do you have a section for replay data and also your recorded areas, not only can you just press A and then convert to video, but the best part about it is that it gives you options like info, music, sound effects, and video quality. The fact that I can turn off display and insert music off automatically while keeping my music on in the background and then press OK and then make a name for it, just because I'm stupid sometimes and I want to keep track of fight scenes, it's perfect. You can name sections called 1, 2, 3 off the same exact video. And the best part about it, the very best part about this and why it's so much better is that you have the ability and the control to literally start recording and unrecording the moment something happens. So say, for instance, your body acting, right? And you're just like, oh man, I'm doing this garbage trying to fix up these characters. I can't skip this. I got to keep recording it. Nah, dude, you don't have to keep recording it. You can just press the A button whenever you want to stop recording it until it gets to that moment right before, so you don't waste any more time.
Also, you save on data.
Yeah, and not only that, the best part about it is, this is basically my only gripe with it. is that, say for instance, you want to do panning. Say for instance, you really want to do panning. You have to stop the entire video itself and then hide the display and get really close to the characters to do panning. But that's basically the only problem with it at all, is that that's the only time you have to crop it. But it's just a very small margin. It doesn't take literally 1/4 of the screen. It takes probably maybe like 1/64 of the screen. That's it. Like, it's such a blessing to actually have the ability to literally turn off half of the stuff that you couldn't do, that you had to go into the options yourself in your Wii U. You had to turn off the music. You had to turn off the music. You had to keep the voices on if you really want to. I'm a critique guy, so I like the voices on. And you want to have the background noise as well, so you got to keep the background noise on as well. Go back, go to the video files or the vault. Click on the vault, record, sit there, record with jewels dripping out your mouth like, oh, when's this over? And then you go into your video and software after you're done recording it. Now it's just, I'm done. The only main issue that I really have for this in general is that certain stages are locked off by the yellow bar grid that you're not able to record. Like, all FD stages are equal. So they will all have the same peripheral for going left or right, up and down, or as far as you want. But if I were to go to the regular Coliseum stage, it's a random generated number stage, I can't veer all the way to the right or left like I could in FD. I can only do probably maybe half of it and zoom in halfway as well, due to the fact that there's more garbage on the screen. But in terms, it is 1,000,000% better to record on the Switch than it is on the Wii U. And if you're recording on the Wii U still, and you have the 8 million IQ and you got all the abilities, congratulations, you got it. But I love it. I think that's all.
I don't think I have anything else. I don't think I have anything else to add to that, because that's pretty much it.
Slash is schools.
I just want to piggyback off what Slash said, and pretty much like the biggest thing that Slash forgot to mention was the fact that the Super Smash Bros. 64 camera is just so much better than the Smash Ultimate camera. Like 64, you can do everything and then some that you can't even pull off an Ultimate. So I just want to let you guys know that he left out that big major part of the N64 camera. All right, I think we can move on to the next one.
That's pretty
But
sad.
that's the N64 camera. But dude, I have to go back in time and build a time machine.
Gotta get back in time.
Like it's like the tools are there, and it did get a little bit better too after the next update. But I can only hope that the next update that does come on does fix a little bit of the issue with the camera, because realistically, it should be able to turn at least 180 degrees right or left to face inwards to the blast zone without it actually copping off to the front, where it's that big white screen of death and you can't really see into. Like, you should be able to still look straight forward and look straight forward at 180 degrees right or left, and look up and down 180 degrees without you turning 360 to look at the sun. You know what I mean?
So next time, what really grinds my gears with Slash.
Like, it's so good. It's so good. Like, I mean, like, honestly, like, it was a chore. It was a chore recording it. It wasn't a chore like editing the videos. It was a chore recording the videos on Smash 4, because it just took so much time. I couldn't do anything. And then I had to doctor it out myself. I'd be like, well, if I'm shuffling around, I'm trying to do body acting stuff, then I have to physically pay attention. I mean, realistically, I can sit and drool with my mouth open and let the thing, after you're done recording, you can get your capture card out and literally record everything and start around, do something else. You might have to touch your controller a handful of times just so that the screen doesn't go black. But other than that, it's so much easier. Like, it's so much. It literally holds your hand. It holds your hands. It walks you through the process. It doesn't pay your taxes, but it does a lot for you, more than what Smash 4's editing could possibly do. The fact that I have the option to make the graphics, or quote unquote the resolution, better or worse depending on the length of the video, is an option for those that want to meme around a long ass video, or for those that are just recording a short burst like 3, 5, and if you're dumb like me, 7 minutes of recording, and you can cut that out in half to make it 4, 3, or a minute and a half. It's crazy how the simple option of just pressing the A button to actually turn off record makes a huge difference. That's all I gotta say. Before I get off into a tangent and I turn into Dr. Egg.
Before
you sure not Two-Face?
Well, I think
I feel like the tangent has already happened.
Yeah.
Look what you did.
I think
I
guess
also I
think-
have one other thing to add.
I think Slash spoke for all of us in that moment.
Yeah, I think no one else has to add because that's pretty much everyone's thoughts on it.
I actually do have something serious to add this time without any jokes, but like seriously. Okay, so one thing that I hate about Smash 4 is when I'm recording and I'm like, okay, well, this angle doesn't look right here, so I gotta hurry up and fix it. No, in Smash Ultimate, you have the luxury to pause your game and fix your camera without, in like the moment you unpause it, whatever you unpause it to is that's going to be the camera angle you get. Like, so I personally enjoy that a lot more in Ultimate because that's not a feature in any Smash Bros game at all. I think like outside of Melee, I'm not sure. Pretty sure Melee allowed you to do that, but yeah, that's not a feature that really isn't like carried over into any Smash Bros at all, where you can pause, get your angle you want, and then play and record. You can't do that in Smash 4.
One thing I would like to add that's unique to Ultimate's camera angle is that the way you can toggle the camera to make it seem like you actually like have a camera on your hand. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember Tigra had a thing about that where he was like super relieved where he could do like actually dynamic action shots.
Yeah,
that
it actually
like
gives it like a cinematic vibe.
You know,
you can also tilt the camera and the gyro controls if you want to.
That's exactly why he liked the gyro controls.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna be the odd one out. I'm gonna make it this very quick, but I'm kind of one of the odd one outs as I was when I made my machinima for Rouge Angels or Smashville 99. It was all in snapshots.
Yeah, I remember.
Oh, if anyone remembers that.
I definitely remember.
Quite the rare specimen indeed.
So I started out with all snapshots, and I basically have the game. I do this. I take the angles, and I never have to pre-record anything. I just have to go through the motions that I need to do the things that I want, and that is super tedious. However. Because you'll want to get like, okay, but did I get this angle? Did I get this angle? Did I get this angle? And I'm pretty sure if I wanted to do the same thing back in like Smash, if I wanted to do the same thing going forward for Smash Ultimate, I could probably do that. But I find that the motion using Smash Ultimate and actually trying to record it with the actual thing, even with my first one and having like all trying to overcome all the issues with trying to do it for the first time, it is so much more worth it when it all comes together. Because like one of the things that I'm like really proud of that came out recently back a few months ago was the Sister Spirit, and that one was super good, and I am really proud of that one.
Cool. You say you had something to add, by the way, Kyle?
Yeah, I did. I wanted to add something because I spent some time doing stuff with Brawl, Project M, and Dolphin, and working with that. And what I really like doing that series is with Dolphin and like some of the hacked camera angles, I can basically record as if I'm filming with like a tripod. And me as a film student, that's really helpful for me because I can basically set up the camera where I want, how I want, hit the record button, and then use the controllers as it's recording to get the look and shots that I want on the fly without having to play it back.
Cool.
I think
does it really translate better? Like does it really like all right because you said that since you're a film student, so it works pretty much exactly like how like a tripod would be for you. In that sense?
Basically, yeah, because when you have a camera on a tripod, you just move the tripod around, set up where you want, tell the actors to go, and then they do their thing.
Yeah.
Whereas in the game, you can move the camera to where you want, any position, and then you can just hit the whatever hotkey you have set to hit record, and then use your controllers and move the characters as if they're the actors.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So spend some time on this question.
Yes.
Go to another one.
I have
How
two.
about? Oh yeah, actually yeah, because Adam had a question, right?
Yes.
All right, so
Because Tara's the timekeeper.
Yeah, thank you, Tara.
It's not timekeeping.
So
that is an inside joke that only people in this call will get, and I don't even care.
So Vicky Merck had a question.
I have a question. How did the timekeepers thing start? Now I'm curious. I'm curious.
This is not important.
This is not the time.
And I'm totally cool to clear it up.
We'll do this later.
All right, so Mickey Merck had a question. He's asked. He wants to know what's your thoughts on the common mistakes Machinima make in their series, new and vets.
I think that I think I'm still baby when it comes to making machinimas. I think one of the most common things that most new machinimas look after is mainly the audio. I think that is one of the last things that you would be focused on, depending on how you view your audio. Like, certain characters would sound louder than others instead of equally even, unless they're speaking dynamically louder. They have to be louder than certain music or something like that. Sometimes music is a bit too loud for you to hear the characters and stuff like that. It's just that is probably the first thing for me. Looking back from my first episode was probably the audio and basically visual as well, depending to a scale. But the first thing I always think of whenever looking at a new machinima is mainly the audio. And that's my 2 cents.
Okay.
I agree.
I think for me, and then whoever was about to say something can say.
Yeah, it was me.
I do think that I don't know, like a little nitpick for me has always been like when like you know the pause camera sound in the background after you pause the game, like when people do their cuts and then like you hear it like for a quick second, and like multiple cuts in the scenes, like that's always been a nitpick of mine, but I mean it's not as common as it used to be. And also CPU fights, like I used to do it, like I'm thankfully I've grown out of it, but like that used to be a thing, but that's also something I haven't been seeing as much, so that was for me.
Oh yeah. I think there's also another mistake when you want to do a fight scene. People, I see some machinimas use CPU fights instead of choreographed. Of course, there's many machinimators who do choreographed fights, even using other players. And I actually when there's CPU fights, they kind of take it all away.
Take you out of the immersion. They take you out of the immersion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
They're also
no offense.
Unfortunately, it does take you on. It unfortunately takes you out of the immersion, and it's incredibly obvious when it happens. Unfortunately, and I know that not everyone is able to do perfect choreography or just have the. Not everyone is. I suppose I don't want to like throw anyone under the bus when I say this, but it's not like everyone can be able to visualize it on their first try. And it's infinitely easier to do it when you have it on a CPU fight. But it's also kind of hard to capture the dynamic action, and it's also kind of hard to space it out sometimes when it's like there's too much action going on.
And also, and fun fact, actually, in my first episode of Smash Roll, where I have the original 8 fight together, that was actually a CPU fight. I tried to do as best as I could. The fight that I did in episode 2 and episode 3, that was choreographed. Episode 1 really is a CPU fight, just so you know.
Oh, okay, I wouldn't be able to tell. It wasn't that bad.
Can I add something?
Yeah, go for it, fam.
Go for it.
Well, I was going to say audio because audio is hands down like the absolute number one thing that is just overlooked. But another thing is actually filming, and I was going to say writing, but no, because there are so many times where I see lots and lots of jump cuts. And I'm like, this honestly, like, it doesn't have to be rated. I'm not saying like your camera angles always have to be on a point, but at least make it look like it's connected. You know, like, I don't want to I remember, like, I was just watching something and I was like, oh my god. And like I said, I don't want to throw anyone under the bus. There's no one in here, but I was watching something and I'm like, this person really just went from this person being over here to over here and over here, and it's like there was no transition for how they even got over there, why they're turning around doing this. It's just like, it doesn't, like, it really kills the, like you guys said, it really kills the immersion for me, because it's like, I really want to get in your show, I really want to watch this, but if it's like this for this episode and then it's like it for the next episode, the next, it's like, okay, well, I've tried to, well, not even like, probably me and other people, like, we try to give you guys it's just like, really, just don't do jump cuts. If you, like, even if you have to refilm the entire, go for it. Never want to just get out your episode because it's like, oh my god, I'm done, I just can't wait to get out my first machinima. Or always go back to look through your work, because jump cuts honestly don't look great. And this also goes for fight scenes. Like, choreography is very important, because you don't want to just have this thing where someone gets thrown and the next thing you know, they're just standing there. And I'm like, no, jump cuts, they don't look great ever. So I think that's also a problem that we have sometimes. I know I had it a lot in my first 4 episodes of my series, and I might still have them now. Definitely, and I think everyone can probably improve on that.
Okay.
Anybody else would like to add anything?
I wanted to mention this is probably not for new machinimators, but like it is probably nitpicky for me, but whenever someone uses an animation, like a custom animation for something, it can sometimes, because I'm very perfectionist when it comes to certain animations, but there were some that look kind of strange, like
Little janky.
say,
Mood me.
yeah. Yeah, like say an idle animation that, like, say there's a character who's in an idle animation, and then like they may be moving a little too much or too little, or sometimes it could just be just completely still, like it's just one frame.
Not so much.
Come on,
and then there's also this, like, there are also some characters and some animations that neglect the feet. Like, it could be a really good idle animation, but then the feet are just like sliding all over the place. I was victim to this because I wasn't very good at trying to place the legs properly on the ground at times, as Angel Glory had pointed that out for the Black Sword for Hire with Leroy. I remember that. But yeah.
Someone dying? Sorry, that just like
who's screaming?
The mistakes that should have made it was a bit too much for someone to handle.
I'm gonna go on mute real quick. Hold on.
I'm sorry, I just derailed the entire thing. I'm sorry.
Sorry, sister, go ahead.
Continue.
Was this a dawn?
Yeah. Give me a moment. I need to
my bad. I'll stop my background.
Okay.
Sorry.
I was just dying.
God damn it, stop laughing. I keep laughing harder. God damn it.
I'm sorry, I'm done.
Yeah, let finish this point, man. Let finish this point.
I'm fucking crying.
Well, yeah, so speaking, like, going back to the feet being neglected for, like, make the character not seem like they're just sliding all over the place. Like, there are some characters that are victim to that, and I was also victim to that with the Leroy in the Black Store for Hire, which Angel Glory pointed out back then. Which, I mean, I understood, but at the time I was just being a little brat. I didn't respond to that. But still, like, I did keep it in mind. And I started to work on the legs first and everything else. And also, like, when you make a character do a certain animation, like, say, grab someone's hands or you know, something.
Point.
Yeah. There's with those, it's kind of. Sometimes the animation would be either too slow or too fast for my liking.
Mm-hmm.
It just sounds really nitpicky. I'm sorry.
No, you don't need to apologize.
Well, that's kind of the point of what we're doing.
Yeah.
True.
I'm just waiting for somebody to scream again in the background. That was funny.
Stop!
Alright, so
Anybody else have anything
before
they would
Lone
like
starts
to add
going
before?
off of a
Yeah, I have something again.
Good.
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, so Lone said he was going to mention it, so I will. Not so much about writing, but about planning. I know a lot of people want to just jump in and make stuff, and that's fine. Obviously, we all do it. But to take some time and pre-plan your series is so much more important than pretty much anyone will admit. Because if you don't have a solid plan going in, you're going to be making things like episode to episode or video to video, and it's not going to be consistent. You're not going to have a consistent plan going forward, and then everything's just going to go awry sooner or later.
Have a plan B, guys.
There it is.
I was kind of a victim of what Speed mentioned. When I was first making my Ultimate I'm kind of a victim of what Speed mentioned. When I first made my series, after the first 3 episodes, I kind of changed my whole direction of what I wanted the story to be.
Yep.
So I had to like torture myself to find a way like, okay, my story's kind of weak. What can I do to turn it around to make it more connective, more effective, and just makes sense in general. So I think I pulled that off, hopefully. But yeah, that's a mistake I did. My first time making Ultimate Machinima.
These guys. I was gonna add on to that with the whole planning thing. Don't become a victim of first episode-itis, where you make an opening and then an episode 1, and then you're like, what am I gonna do from here? And then you just kind of cancel it.
Guess I'll die. Guess this series will die.
Alright, don't give up, please.
You get the first episode, you're like, where do I go from here? And you're like, well, damn. So, I mean, I've done that before.
My episode on the cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Rest in pepperonis.
I was at fault for that for a
Rest
long
in peace,
period.
Spaceman Fox version 1.
Rest in peace, Vision. Rest in peace,
I think it's more so the fact that you're just like sweating at the seat of your pants.
Rest in peace, episode 0.
The wheezing Kirby at the preview.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
What the hell, lady? They don't even look that close.
Yeah.
It's on the same topic of like planning and stuff. Also, when you're in the process of writing, what are specific characters? Keep in mind, you're thinking about the character. You're thinking about why they're doing things, why things are happening on screen. Not this is going to happen because plot.
Yeah.
Behind actions is so huge, and people that are paying attention to that sort of thing. Like if you're watching a show for like cool like action scenes and all that stuff, you won't really care. But if you're watching something for a story and the story revolves around this happens to character A because plot needs to happen to that character, that's not really interesting. It's fine, but
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Very good. You know
Oh,
I'm not
like-
calling you out, Lone. Calm down.
Got him.
Busted.
I feel like Kyle was going somewhere.
Yeah. Wait, you finished, Kyle?
Well, I think Cisco was saying something, so I
Oh,
stopped.
okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. Like, I was basically continuing what you were saying. Like, I absolutely hate plot convenience. It is the most taboo thing for me because there are some things that happen in certain stories where it's like, it's either that or Deus Ex Machina, because it feels forced.
Alright, so Lone, since you brought it up, I'm gonna call you out now. Something I talked about with Lone in private afterwards was in your if you're cool with it, of course. If not, I'll shut up.
Go ahead.
Okay, so in Lone's latest episode of Surf and Turf,
Oh shit!
it's really good and I enjoy it. There's a scene where he has his characters in the dance room or whatever, the boxing ring that he uses as a dance floor.
You gotta get off this cloud. Gotta go off that cloud.
So they bring up that the King K. Rool character is a teacher or whatever, and this is a party for students. All of a sudden, in this party for students, bam, principal crocodile teacher thing shows up, and she's like, "We're gonna dance!" And one of the characters is literally like, "Why are you here?" And no one answers that. It's not mentioned.
Biglet alligator moment.
They're just immaterial spirits that just happens to like dancing.
In the same episode, one other thing that happened is earlier in the episode, like the very beginning, you have blue inkling, name I don't remember,
Taki.
and yellow main character inkling or orange main character inkling, and they're talking on the roof and they're celebrating their victory or whatever. Sorry, I don't know character. I'm terrible at names. But,
Fake fan.
So they're talking on the roof, and the other two are like asleep, dreaming about. One's dreaming about himself, the other's dreaming about the other one. And then all of a sudden, the characters and these two characters, Taki and wow, you guys told me, I just forgot already. Thank you. Taki and them are talking, and they're all of a sudden, and they just met like a few hours prior. She suddenly feels the urge to go into complete detail on how her parents are dead. With someone that she met like a few hours prior.
Actually, you know what? You have a good point, because like the only other time we have the indication that she hated humans was like at the very tail end of episode 1. It's just like, ugh. And then she gives no reasonable explanation as to why she's venting this.
Do you want some exposition?
Hello,
Like,
God. Would you like to chime in?
Like I've talked to Lone about it a lot, but like it's just a thing, and it's just a thing that I've like trying to do myself, and it's one of my biggest advices to people is that you need to keep in mind why characters do things.
Actions have consequences.
That's fair. I remember when you brought up I was like, you know what? Holy, I was like, you know. But yeah, the Miss Professor thing, that was all done just to be funny. I was like, oh, you know what? I'm going to bring the freaking cheer here.
Like comedy for the sake of comedy. Like, yeah, and comedy for the sake of comedy, fine, 100%. But like for the majority of things, it's nice to
have a structure.
Bring it down to reality and be like, why this is happening? Because something's happening and it's funny, cool. But if something is happening and it's funny and it makes sense, that's even better. At least in my mind.
Yeah. Rule of funny is pretty great when it's done properly.
Yeah. That went a lot longer than I thought. Someone else
just had to dip out for a minute.
Someone else can talk for a bit.
Hey, you're good.
I just want to like quickly go off on that for just like a hot second.
Oh, go for it.
Crap, what was I going to say? I already forgot what I was trying to turn something off.
This is the second time, Tara. Okay.
Tara, you're the keeper of time. You're supposed to remember things.
You have one job.
Explain how you're the timekeeper, please.
No, we're not doing that.
I'll tell you later, Redway.
Prince of Persia would like to have a word with you, timekeeper.
How about we move on to the next question if no one else has anything to add?
Yeah.
Yes, let's do that.
Okay, so this question's from the Hedgehog Engine. What is your favorite moment from your own series, or what was your favorite thing to make in a video? Any takers?
I would like to start.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. Okay, well, I've only filmed 3 episodes so far, but I think my favorite moment would be at the episode 3 where I make Pit and Dark Pit talk to each other. That was actually pretty fun for me, considering I was talking to myself in that scene. and I was going through a lot of drafts trying to figure out what would be the right thing to say, considering what was the plot for my episode. But I'm actually pretty happy, and chuckle with how it turned out. And my favorite thing to make in a video would be the credit scene where I make the characters that appear with their victory stances, and also give them the proper colored background, in my opinion. For example, for Samus, giving her the player 5 icon, which is orange; for Peach, the player 7, which is pink, and so on. That will actually be my, and that actually gave me an idea for a special video that I have planned for the future. And what I'm not gonna give you details, but what I will tell you is it does involve a lot of victory screens.
Victory screen.
And that's all I have for now. Go ahead.
Mario win.
Anybody else would like to
The
answer?
last thing I was going to say before we moved on to the next one, I was going to say, because Hedge had a question and we've been sitting on it for a while.
Actually, we are on that question.
Oh, okay, cool. I had to take a phone call. I had to take a phone call.
All right, you're the timekeeper. You're supposed to help him keep up with.
Yeah. I'm like multitasking.
He's not the timekeeper.
I'm multitasking. I had a busy. Hey, shut up. All right, so one thing I want to say real quick. Before I answer Hedge's question, the last thing with Adam's thing, I was gonna say, when you're hosting a casting call, only put the characters that are relevant for the first couple of episodes on there, and do the other characters at a later time, because you can lose communication with your voice actors very quickly.
Yes.
That's actually really good advice.
Yeah.
Yes.
The thing with Hedges, favorite moment from your own series. Oh shoot. I actually answered this last time. So I'm gonna let someone else do it. Yeah, that's all I wanted. All right, continue.
All right, we'll answer what Isaiah thinks his favorite is from his own series.
Let's do that.
Yes, let's do that.
The Wheezing Kirby.
Cupcake.
If I had to choose one again, it'd probably be Ashley killing the fodder knight. Oh, that was Terra. Yeah, Ashley killing Terra. By snapping his neck. Yeah.
Was it the moment where Ashley stabbed me, because I voiced the second?
Oh yeah, where she stabbed you, and she snapped out a guy's neck. I felt so bad.
I think that was Hades Sprite's character.
Yeah, Hades. Shout out to Traditional Stars.
She is.
Yeah, that's mine.
That scene gives me nightmares. I don't know how you were able to do that. You turned Ashley into a total monster. Isaiah.
Cupcake.
Have you ever seen I forget what the character's name, but if you ever seen Kill la Kill, or even a better example, My Hero Academia, the crazy chick who wants
Himiko Toga.
Yeah, she wants his blood or whatever. Like,
yeah.
Fine. And I was like, hey, no one's done this before. So, like, the closest thing to that was Sethos from Mickey Merc series, but like Sethos isn't like a child, so I was like, hey.
I mean, a teenager is still a child.
It's not like a 10-year-old girl though, Tara.
Okay, all right.
I mean, Himiko's 14.
Oh shit!
Oh, the facts. Sorry.
Take that.
Oh my god.
Would you like to say something, Slash?
Oh, me?
I don't know who wanted to say something.
I actually did want to say something. What, the Hedges question? Oh, man. I only have half an episode, but at the moment right now, before, like, if I'm going to be preemptive, like, it's all right. Let's just say, for instance, I don't have it. All right. So let's go back to Bound to Smash before I retconned it. I'm pretty sure the most powerful moment in the series for me was Wario versus Palutena. Because that's when stuff was starting to pick up before the characters were to realize that she wasn't a good guy. I'm not gonna say the same thing's gonna happen, but
It might.
It might. But I think that was probably like one of the most powerful moments in Bound to Smash at the moment. But like literally like, oof, I'm trying to fix it right now. But like the fight scene, the second part fight scene, when it's like, I'm not gonna say who's gonna be fighting, but that character goes through some shit.
Character A versus character B.
Character A is pushing someone's shit in, and it's so powerful.
Ew.
But I mean,
don't go there, please.
Listen.
This is a PG stream, guys.
We're already demonetized, so
who can stop me?
I don't get paid. Screaming murder background.
I don't get paid on YouTube, so I don't care about being demonetized.
I guess I'll go next. Question mark? Okay.
Go for it, my dudes.
I actually have 3 favorite scenes. One of them you guys won't see for like the next 3-4 years, but
oh my god.
Anyway,
we're gonna be here for a while.
So I'm gonna get to that one last because it is Fate of the Chosen. But I already saw. But my favorite scene in Rise of the Fallen is I guess like the Moon River scene with Bayonetta versus Link. Like I still remember making that and saying, "Oh my god, I don't know how I'm going to live up to what I wanted to be in my head," and I made it. It's great. So that's that. And for Surf and Turf, I saw that scene in the future. All right, Metro. Yeah, for Surf and Turf, I want to say definitely the dance-off scene. I know Kyle just ripped me apart for it, but
no, I did not.
I don't know, like that dance scene. Yeah, like I premiered it, and I was at work. Everyone was like, "Oh yeah, like Randy said, why have fights? You can have dance-offs." I'm like, "Oh." So I'm glad everyone enjoyed that. But
exactly. Fight scenes are overrated. Dance-offs are the new thing.
Yeah. For Fate of the Chosen, there's a scene I'm already working on. It is actually a dance show. No, I'm actually just going to say it off the bat. It's actually like a carbon copy of Into the Unknown. You watch Frozen 2, where Link is hearing voices, and then like all of a sudden, like,
Into the Unknown.
And that's why I have to get Trap Code particular, because the scene is like, it's like he's talking to this, I don't want to go into spoilers, but he's talking to this character who's a fairy, and the fairy pretty much retconned very beautifully, in my opinion.
Wow.
The fairy retcons like everything that happened in Rise of the Fallen in like just a few seconds, well, a few minutes, but
it's the Great Fairy.
Yeah, so I think that's going to be great. I hope you guys look forward to that.
I hope she looks good. I hope she looks.
Very.
The scene is literally just a fairy, and I'm using Trap Code particular for like a lot of particle effects and just shiny shit. Oh, yeah.
So we're not gonna see a waifu. Got it.
Hey, I thought it was PG.
Hey, I didn't explicitly say anything. I could say I left it up to your imaginations of what waifu it could be. I never explicitly said which one it was.
I don't think anybody agreed on anything.
I mean, I'm writing the show,
okay? All right, so...
Sorry. Yes.
It's fine. All right, so my favorite, for answering Hedge's question, my favorite thing to do whenever I'm making anything related to Smash Brothers Machinima is green screen and brawl box.
Yes.
Freaking... Oh my god, like... If to anyone who's ever seen the Black Store for Hire, there's the part 2 part of it is basically mostly green screen. And everything that's related to All-Star in that part was my favorite. Because I got to experiment and just try my hardest to actually give emotions to the character. Cause it was just like it's actually very difficult to make Link have expressions that feel genuine without tampering with, some other program to alter it or whatever. But it kind of led to me trying to make you feel that, yeah, he's really fucking bored in there.
Yeah, all he got is sound effects.
Yeah.
Those are his expressions right there. Shot? Yeah, that's it right there.
Wait, what about?
That's screaming.
Oh shit!
Who's screaming?
God.
I think he's channeling his inner Link.
Y'all a mess.
No, wait. I'm not gonna lie. There was 2 more moments that I really liked. If you watch, because like I do streams with people sometimes when we just watch things. If you watch one of them, the moment I was dying was one when we were watching Urson and Smash, and Urson was just like piecing up Bowser. He was like, "Get your fat ass out of here!" And we were like, "Whoa!" and then the second time we were watching what was it? We were watching the Smash region, the ShadowZPA series, and the guy, he brought out his henchman, like it was like a DK. I think his name was Hank or something. They were like, he has the power of 4,000-pound whale or something like that. We were like, whoa!
that was Rick.
Yeah,
that
right. We were like, they got some fiends. That was
Dear God.
Oh man.
Okay.
This is a very fun summit.
And it's only been 2 questions in.
Oh boy.
Yeah. I want to answer Hedge's question as well.
Go ahead.
So for me, my favorite moment in my own series, I actually have a lot since I actually have a full season out. But if I had to pick one, I'd have to go with the final fight scene on my season finale.
I knew it.
Mainly because mainly because I was actually able to convey a sort of sympathy and convey emotion for the season 1 main antagonist. And the reason why I say that is because it's text based. You can't convey emotion like that in a text based. It's so just words you're reading, right? VA is like conveys more emotion. Like, yeah, I agree, VA does convey more emotion, but the fact that I did it with text kind of just impresses me myself. I don't know if any of you guys watched the season 1 finale.
That was climactic. Probably the best climax I've ever seen.
I unfortunately haven't had the chance to see it yet.
Like when you were pumping them out, throwing them out, I was watching it. I was actively watching it. Like it's more. What's the word I'm looking for to make me not sound like a caveman?
Sensational.
It's very invigorating to watch these things come to life, and you're reading everything, and then you just get with this fat fight scene. I think I'm just gonna gush a little bit. I'm sorry, but I think my favorite fight scene is when Mario and Luigi fights Chaos. That fight scene in the music. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, that's one thing I want to add about another portion of Hedge's question. Your favorite thing of doing when it comes to making videos is me personally. I love making fight scenes. That is my prime right there. So if anyone tells me what they like about my series, bro, it's the fight scenes, bro. Your story's okay, characters are good, but your fight scenes, oh my god, Rams, give me more, please.
Agree with you, Rams. Your fight scenes are actually my favorite part of your series. I don't know how you're able to get them and the angles and all that. That's really amazing. That's pretty amazing, man.
So Rams, you said earlier that you mentioned stuff about emotion. Were you able to feel the sword stab at the end too?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
Spoilers.
No, it hurts because Chaos is actually my favorite well-written character.
I'm sorry, I spoiled it. I'm sorry.
Oh, you did, huh?
No!
They didn't watch it, right? It's been out for 2 months.
Oh no!
Well, some of us don't get to watch things, okay?
Damn, we got spoiled.
I'll probably get banned either way because I spoiled it.
To add on top of what RamZ said about his series, Chaos is coming out, guys. There's a casting call up right now. So
well, it's not up right now, but I'm in the makes of it.
Yeah, this guy's giving false information,
Well, if you're not voicing Chaos, there's a problem.
No. I know who can voice Chaos. Isaiah.
No, guys, but guys, seriously, like, I'm not even kidding. Like, I literally stopped everything I was doing to literally find it, episode 10, and it's like he uses the whole stage. Who does that? Who uses the whole stage as background, like as the entire background fight? Like, you have to have an IQ of at least like 5,000 to do that.
Big brain blaze.
No,
Rams, I think you killed them.
Oops.
you killed him. His response.
You killed him.
Potatoes, Isaiah.
Tara, you're the timekeeper. Turn back time and save Slash's life.
No witnesses.
Mr. Potatoes.
I do think
Team Potato.
when I did a power scaling, like speaking of Chaos, like I think she got on like A tier. She got A tier, I think, in power, so shout out Chaos. Hey.
Oh yeah, she was up there.
Yeah, she was pretty strong. Chaos pretty fire.
Yeah, easily my favorite
Imagine her going to Evo.
I hate
Oh, shit.
Yeah, I think Chaos is actually one of the first villains in a Smash Machinima I actually felt sympathy for.
I felt no sympathy for any of you.
No offense, villains.
There's definitely a black and white. You either love her.
It don't matter.
You
We
get
can
no sympathy from me.
It's more like
How did I know you was gonna go there?
I said the joke first.
I understand why she's. No, it's more like I understand why she's going down that path. I mean, don't get me wrong. I've seen a lot of Smash Machinimas where you understand why villains are that way. In some, you see them they're evil. Well, just because. But with Chaos, the way you wrote her story, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna say any spoilers, but the backstory, everything about her, and it's quite amazing. And the fact that you're making a prequel spin-off based on her, I'm actually quite curious and intrigued of what you're gonna do, Rams. So congratulations.
I'm excited.
Let's give this man a round of applause.
Thank you. So, for anyone who doesn't have an idea who this character is, to give it a vague statement, basically she's evil because she's been dehumanized in her dark past by society. So she thinks humanity is very flawed. So she's kind of like Thanos in it. So, she believes humanity is like...
That sounded like Hercules from Disney.
Wait, say that again. Dehumanized by society.
She's kind of like Thanos.
That actually reminds me of the Joker from the movie that came out this year. That actually reminds me of the Joker.
Is it just because of the word society?
I try to find a neutral term for that, but
Hey, I watch a lot of movies, then.
Yeah, have you seen the memes revolving around that, though?
So you're talking about the recent Joker movie that came out that people were warning parents not to take their kids to, but they still took their kids to take them to anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know what parents did. I only watched it with my sister, and she's 16, and she's into psychology. And she loved that movie. And my parents would let me go. My parents would have let my sister go without at least a guardian or something. So I went with her, and I actually enjoyed it. But damn, the way the levels of depth they went with the Joker. I didn't see him as a bad guy. It's more like a sad sob story.
Not a bad guy. He's a sad guy.
Duh.
Oh shit.
A sad guy who goes through life by laughing out loud.
LOL.
Oh.
All right, wait. Okay. So
I feel like we should go back.
But the Joker memes I've seen. But the people that do with the Joker, they do the dance scene on the stairs. That's actually. I want to do that someday.
I think the funniest thing is just watching Joker just be on a skateboard, ramping down. That meme where it's just like some guy cosplaying as Joker, and he's on a skateboard and he just falls down.
Okay. So
How about we get back on track?
Yeah.
Are we ever?
I need to find another question.
Actually, I would like to say something.
All right, Tara has a question.
Same.
Yeah. Into Kyle.
All right.
Timekeeper.
Okay, so my favorite moments from my own series, I've mentioned this already in a previous RetroPixel stream, but my favorite moment would have to be the ending of episode 2 of Rouge Angels, where it's this very simple conversation of having of where Rogue and Jean decide to move in together so that Rogue can actually cover for his apartment rent.
I like
that. And then it's kind of a very heartwarming kind of thing that they have, and it's sort of it's also very kind of funny as well. It's kind of like establishing this very straight man and very snarky but very perky girl relationship that the two would have going into the series if it did if it actually was continued. And then the episode 2.5 ending is along the same lines, where it's kind of establishes the same kind of relationship and how they bounce off of each other.
2.5 was probably my favorite one.
No, definitely, it's definitely my favorite episode of the.
Pretty fun. I just like the concept. It was just so chill, like.
Except until except the change the attack.
Remember the what? That's like 12 quarters of a cup. No wonder this is way too sweet.
And the other thing that is unrelated to Rouge Angels that I was pretty proud of is the sister spirit again. Just that entire fight scene was the first time I was choreographing anything in a fight scene. And I originally did it with CPUs, but I found myself being very dissatisfied with it. So I decided to just redo it, and I liked how it turned out, and I liked how I was able to get the timing with the music. I had to redo that audio track twice just to get it to work with what I had, and it came out really, really well, and I'm really proud of that. Ooh, yeah. Anything else? Anybody else?
I'll quickly throw in something.
Oh, God.
All right, so my favorite, so my favorite part of Smash games is the ending, when it ended.
Of course.
Okay. Any deeper explanation?
No, I think my favorite part is Nick and I's back and forth in episode 13, because we decided that we were going to do that like in a Discord call, so it was actually like a live back and forth argument.
Oh shit.
So did you guys have a script on hand, like just to do like basic stuff, or did you just like do that to do
no, I had done the full script, but like he had a copy, I had a copy, and we were just bouncing off each other. So the dialogue in my mind, it feels more natural than in a lot of other scenes I did, just because we were actively talking to each other.
It's actually really cool.
My favorite part is when I died.
Oh shit!
Sorry, who said that?
Yo!
Ain't that right, Kyle?
Yeah, no, you did that. You did that. Also,
yeah, that was my favorite part.
Oh.
Sorry, just add one more. My favorite moment is the very end of the show where it kind of looks like I teased the season 2, but I haven't.
I hate you for that.
And lost his mind when he saw that.
What's gonna happen is Rory's in Smash Ultimate, and Ethan's gonna go back and bring back everyone, and that way they can do everyone is here.
Smash games to myself if I have. I will go to Canada and film you, Kyle.
Sorry, what was that? What was happening?
I'm gonna go to Canada and help you ride season 2. He said.
I mean,
sure, that is exactly what.
It's not that I don't have a season 2 in mind. It's that I just don't know if I want to make it.
I knew Ethan X Rory was canon.
Shut your mouth. Not. Very not.
Hashtag triggered.
Anyways.
All right. I'm going to throw in something that I was pretty proud of in one of my missions.
Go ahead.
Go for
Please.
it.
I'd say probably episode 2 of The Forgotten Ones, I had a campfire scene where it was basically just more character development for Wolf and Snake, and they were developing more trust, and it was kind of just something because in the beginning of the show, they really had no trust for each other. They were treating each other like trash, and then that was kind of to be like an eye opener, like, hey, if we want to survive out here and get the hell out of Brawl, then we're gonna need to actually have a reliable relationship.
Yeah.
The second thing that they're gonna need, guns. Lots.
Oh
of
yeah,
guns.
they got some guns. They're ready for the finale.
Sounds like Dr. Stone.
Actually, that was a Matrix reference / John Wick reference.
Well, I'm just being serious.
Anything else where
They
they
got
say
guns
we need
now.
guns.
Okay. How many people in here are in Machinima groups out of curiosity? Is it everyone or is it everyone but Gil?
I'm not in the machine.
I know you're not. Anyone else? Yes? Maybe so. Alright, that's just out of curiosity. Alright, so I have actually a couple questions I never actually got to ask before. So, Smash Sonas, when you guys were creating your Smash Sonas, did you what was your kind of direction when you were choosing it?
I can answer this one pretty easily.
Go ahead.
So I was originally inspired by a sprite that was in a Pokemon fan game that had a Pokemon trainer that had, they had an option between 4 Pokemon trainers. And the very first one was a brown-haired trainer with spiky hair and a blue hoodie and tan brown pants, which is what I basically did for my first iteration of my Smash Sona, which had the blue jacket / whatever top it was, and the tan brown pants. And if anyone looks at the first iteration, you can definitely tell it was not my best attempt. And it still exists in Speedy's Revenge Machinima. The second...
I'm sorry, okay?
The second iteration was basically, okay, let's just do Zack, but with Joker's jacket.
Oh, shit. How did that work out for you?
It worked out pretty good. D-Rage did a lot of work to make it work, and I am eternally grateful for him. And now I am working on a third iteration of my Smash Sona, where it's actually just Joker, but with my colors that I like, and I've been working on that for the last few days. So I might be able to do a reveal for that fairly soon-ish, hopefully.
And sorry, but you brought it up. If you have a more modernized texture, there'll be a point in the end of Revenge that I can have it shown.
Cool, because it's actually going to be Joker. It's not going to be Zack anymore. It's going to be Joker from here on out, buddy. You're going to have to come up with a really good retcon for that.
Well, then maybe I won't do that.
And why wasn't this revealed at the Game Awards, sir?
Oh, God, please.
Please don't remind us of that.
That is an entirely different tangent.
That was the best 3 hours of my life.
I think I offended everybody. I'm sorry.
I was able to study for my final, and I was pretty sure I was able to get a good mark on that while still watching the biggest waste of my time.
Someone literally fell asleep with a crowd.
Anyways, who else would like to go on Smash Sona Inspirations? Nays.
I'll just do it because mine is very simple. When I joined the Smashing 13...
Mine's super simple. Oh,
Wait,
no, I think
Kyle!
was Mewtwo talking? I can't hear Mewtwo, so I don't know.
Yeah, he was talking.
Go ahead, Kyle. You first.
I said go ahead.
Myself and Red Wave, we can't hear Mewtwo.
Oh, shoot. I don't know.
And that's true.
He said, well, he said just go ahead. Mewtwo, try leaving the call and coming back in.
Alright.
Alright, well, go ahead, Kyle.
No, that's fine. I don't feel like cutting him off. He can go. But just when he comes back.
Alright, can you guys hear Mewtwo now? You can talk.
Yeah.
I hear him now.
Okay.
Alrighty then.
I was having Wi-Fi issues, so that might have been why.
Okay. But you can go ahead then, Mito.
Okay. So when I joined the Smashing 13, I didn't have a Smash character, and Nick wanted to make me one, so I decided to go easy and be like, okay, just make mine a Mewtwo, make his skin black, and make his tail green. That's it.
Why not make a million Mewtwo's?
No. Or have a million.
I didn't want to give him too much to do.
Or how about the number 1 million in Mewtwo's body to make it really Mewtwo million?
Okay, look, he was making it for me. I didn't want to be a burden, so I just said, okay, just these 2 colors. That's it.
No Mewception here, please.
Also, I'm back, guys.
Welcome back.
Where have you been? Searching all alone.
Mine's super simple. Mine's Sonic, because back when Brawl first came out, I was a Sonic man. Done.
Yeah, but what about your colors, your aesthetic, your red gloves, your green?
Okay, so actually, the red gloves I didn't originally have. They were in the revamp texture done by Angel. Other changing the gloves. They were just white.
Okay.
Seems legit.
I mean, that makes sense. Red and orange go hand in hand.
Yeah.
Get it? Because it's a glove. Never mind.
Thank you. Thanks, man. It was so funny that I forgot to laugh.
Anyways, who would like to go next?
Mine's pretty simple too. I just like Bowser, and he's my favorite childhood character, so I just went with Bowser.
I thought you were going to say he's your favorite child.
Oh, no.
Wow, I can't believe
Ramsey just had a child. Ramsey just had a child. His name is Bowser.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
Also, yours is based on the Mario Strikers Bowser, right?
Yeah. I wanted like a simple design, but not too simple, so I just went with the Strikers because I like the big claws, the red shell. It looked pretty cool. But also on top of that, Tiger is here too. Tiger can hear this too. Actually, I even made a tweet about this. Can we talk about how I don't know if it's ironic, but how there's at least one Bowser in every Smash Machinima group.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone's ever took that to attention.
I noticed that.
I know it is. Basically a law not to have a Bowser in your machinima. It's just
who's the digital Shadows' Bowser?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Retro Pixels, it's Jace or Moro.
Right.
Virtual Smash, Tigera.
Yeah.
And Smashing 13, it's RamZ. And I think the traditional stars, it's Jace or no, the Goat Tamer. I forgot.
Jace or the Goat Tamer, yeah.
I love
What about Digital Shadows?
Much. We don't have a
What
Bowser.
about the Digital Shadows?
Unless you count Demon, since he shapeshifts, so he has a bunch of different textures.
Yeah.
You want to count that.
He does have a Bowser texture,
Yeah,
I think.
He does. He doesn't really use it like that, though, but if you want to count him.
His is Inuyasha, which I love. It kind of makes him unique.
It's pretty fire.
Timekeeper, Tiger's running what's been asked, so you can help me.
I know I'm getting there. Hold on, I got 2 people are already having
I guess I can move on to mines.
Yes, go ahead.
As with everything about me, I'm so fucking complicated. But back when I was not really a thing at all, I basically tried to make my avatar be Sonic at first. But this was like really early in the concept stage, and the inspiration for it was really just my character, Cisco. He's a Sonic. At the time he was a Sonic character, so I tried to make a design that was referencing his design. But since Sonic's model was just no, I went over to Bowser. And I do have a design of Bowser in Cisco's design, which, I tried to keep it, but then I was like, no, it doesn't work. So, I could have been a Bowser, but no. So, eventually, I went over to Link, because at that point, he was my main, and I was just like, this looks interesting, let me sketch out a design. So, that's when Brant was born, basically. But and over the years, I decided to alter the design more and more. And the problem was that the model, the design wasn't really me, so I tried to make my own to represent me, which was Felix, and that didn't work. I completely forgot about him after a while, so Brant was just my main avatar. And now I eventually found a design on Brawl Vault that had it was a mod of Kratos from Tales of Symphonia.
Oh.
And yeah, so the hair was basically, I was like, let me get this hair. I want this hair so fucking bad. So
there's nothing wrong with Kratos' hair.
Yeah. Like, so after I found that model, which was completely not finished, I asked Smash, "Can you help me with the face? Because it's absolutely hideous." And he was like, "Okay." So he put the face back.
And that's basically talking to Smash. Hey man, want to help me with this insanely difficult thing or anything at all?
Yeah.
But yeah, so after he fixed the face, I was like, "Thank you so much." And now so now the design looks like as it is now. I'm not sure if you guys seen it. I can post it in the thing if you want.
I like systems pictures. I actually remember back in the day when we were still on Skype, and you were doing that thing where you'd had a Machinimator series on DeviantArt where you would redo everyone's textures. Like, I thought that was so fire.
Wait, Skype still exists?
Huh?
I said, wait, Skype still exists?
No, this was before Discord was a thing. Like, yeah.
What is this?
Make it sound like that was so long ago.
Yeah. But like, Cisco, it was like 2 years ago, I think. But yeah, Cisco used to remake everyone's textures and stuff. It was like the coolest thing ever. Cisco made my texture that I have right now, actually. So shout out Cisco.
That saucy looking Roy design.
The sauce boss.
Oh god.
Anyone else remember that meme? No? Okay, we're done here. Who would like to go next on this?
I would like to go next.
Okay, go.
Okay. Mario has always been like my favorite character. Mostly on playing, and also I actually been trying to practice my Mario voice even before I started in the voice acting business. So, and I also wanted to imagine a Smash Showdown for me something simple. I know I said Redway. I know it's red, and I had the blue textures. But Redway was actually a nickname I tried to invent myself when I wanted to be, I don't know, internet famous. So. And trying to find my ways, and I was a fan of the color red, so the name Redway was born. And also, fun fact, I also found out that there actually is a music band known as Redway. So I was like, oh god. So I decided to add the number 6697. I don't know why. 66, I don't know why it ended, and 97 was actually the year I was born. And also, my Smash Showdown was actually made by Nick of the Bonehead Clan himself. So, and I'm grateful that he was able to make this for me. Something simple and also.
Nice. Send it to me.
Don't lose your red way.
Oh my god, no!
No. Actually, Nick had this
kind of song covers.
No, actually, Nick had this quote like I'm the main man in the reddest, finding his path in the reddest of ways.
Oh my god.
A red way. Follow the reddest of ways. Follow the reddest of ways.
I just realized that me and Red are basically the same age.
Everyone's I'm older than.
Wait, really?
I'm older than some.
For the song of choice from Redway, I will pick Wanted Redway.
Noise.
Tell me why.
Ain't nothing but a heartache.
Oh my god, why did I just start?
Would you say it's ain't nothing but a mistake?
Stop it!
Oh,
Stop!
no.
Stop!
Tell me why.
We're not doing this here. We're not doing
Ain't
this here.
nothing.
Let's just move on to the next question.
We're not doing this here. We're not doing this here.
Isaiah, would you like it Redway?
Get out of here.
Oh my god.
This stream is crashing.
Leave my name alone.
Okay, so
timekeeping. Let's go.
Yeah, we have a new question from Tigra.
Yes.
Tara, take it away, timekeeper.
Okay, from Tigra21, what is your greatest takeaway from the machinima scene, whether it be from a series or a person within the community?
Not having a Redway? No, kidding.
Smash Summit's canceled.
Glory said it first.
Stop making it cursed.
No one else wants to go. I can take that one first.
Please go ahead.
Greatest takeaway from just the machinima scene in general is always be open to criticism. Don't close yourself off from it because you'll never grow creatively that way. And from an individual person, and it kind of fits the same way. It's funny because he actually doesn't remember saying this, but way back, I think it was about halfway through Smash Games. I released an episode that almost the entire episode was just one fight scene. And it was played in it was played in one of Isaiah's Machinima marathon streams, and Cisco was in the chat, and he's like, yeah, you could probably cut down like a ton of that. And I don't even think he knew I was there watching, but I'm like, I totally could cut down like a lot of this.
Oh,
and then I started doing that. Yeah, he doesn't remember, which is hilarious because as the series progressed, I think it was in like my final episode, I did like a whole bunch of like special thanks, and I put Cisco in there, and he messaged me on Discord. He's like, "Why though?"
Oh God! I hate myself sometimes.
Hey, no, look, criticism is good criticism. Here's a quote that I always say, or I always remember: if you don't take criticism from people you would take advice from, and clearly Speedy thought you'd be one of the best people to take advice from. So there you go.
Basically, and also just because the problem I find with the machinima community, or not really a problem, but like a lot of people love to praise the good and sweep anything that kind of needs work like under the rug, and just say, "Oh yeah, it was really good," like overall. But like, no
that
one's
doesn't
gonna
tell you
improve
anything.
unless you. Yeah,
that kind of comment doesn't tell you anything.
Yeah.
It's nice when someone likes your work, obviously, because you put a lot of work into it. But it's nice when someone points out like little things that they notice that you're like, hey, maybe this could be a little bit better, and you're like, yeah, that could be a little bit better. Thanks, man. But also, if you're gonna comment like criticism, make constructive criticism. Don't be a dick.
Yes.
Basically.
Oh my God.
100%. Please don't be a dick.
There's a way to criticize someone that makes it constructive and makes it like feel like you're still like praising the video, but not like also giving them like tips. Whereas there's another way of doing it where you just completely pile on that this guy is garbage. Don't do that. Don't be that guy.
Basically, if you want to do something like that, you have to follow the little sandwich guide from Stewie from Family Guy. You start with something good, then at the middle you do it with some critique. It's just basically what they have to work on, and then you end it with something good.
Honestly, I was actually just about to say the same thing. Because that was like a thing that
was actually a really good parallel to
Because earlier the funniest thing that I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. Because earlier the funniest thing from the whole thing with Takura like sent you a private DM on Discord. If he sent you a private DM on Discord saying why though, or it was just something you know you done effed up.
Legit though, that was honestly one of my favorite things. I posed like this most like Cisco's like, okay, but why? Like, what did you do? And then I told him, and he's like, huh, that's the advice I gave you.
Damn it really, so it really is possible to say a lot with just one word, huh?
Oh my god.
Yeah. You don't even need an emoji, just why?
How about we get back on track?
One thing I am gonna say, like, to go off of Kyle's criticism thing, like, I agree. Like, I'm kind of looking forward to doing this because, like, starting next year, me and like a couple of other people were gonna be doing like reviews of people's series and stuff on here. So like, we're gonna be pointing out like the goods and bads and everything. So I do think constructive criticism definitely is needed because for a while the idea was like nobody was really like support, like it was kind of like people were afraid to support one another, and I think that we've really backed out of that, and like everyone's very supportive of each other, and now it's kind of, now the narrative needs to be, let's still support each other, but like let's look for our best interest, you know, like we want to build each other up, but you know, without like what you guys were saying, being a dick, you know what I'm saying? So like I do think that we're in the right step of that, and you can only go up from here. So yeah.
Yeah.
I guess I would like to go next on what would be my greatest takeaway from the mission. I guess I want to say like there is no I in this. Like there is never.
No.
I was trying to figure out.
Don't ruin this.
Sorry, I was trying to figure out something that I can personally say, but like honestly, there is nothing personally I can say because we're all tethered in this together.
All in this together.
Oh my god.
Sorry.
Oh my god.
Just keeps coming in and it won't stop coming.
Just like, oh yeah, like we. I really hate to be that guy, but sorry, it's true. Like I would not, and I know a lot of other people because they told me would not be machinimating if it wasn't for this community. For instance, we wouldn't all be here right now watching this. We wouldn't be here like in this stream if it wasn't the mission of community, especially Isaiah. Like he's helping us push this community a lot further compared to what it used to be. So again, like I really appreciate just appreciate everybody. So I can't really say thank you enough for everyone who decided to join and, you know, pick up the capture card, say, you know what, I want to make a mission. Welcome family, all here for each other. I really appreciate everyone. That's my biggest takeaway from this.
That's actually pretty sweet, Lone. Thank you.
I'm about to cry. That was so
Give me
sweet.
a hug, brother.
Oh my god.
I'm about to cry.
Give me a hug, brother.
Like continuing.
Yo, I'm so mad I can't use my frog emojis on YouTube.
Like continuing what Lone said, like it's also like a continuation, but also answering Tiger's questions. Like the takeaway for me is you get more friends. Like I've met people on here that I never even thought that I would even attempt to become friends with because I am so introverted. I could probably live underneath a rock, but there were some people that I followed for a long time, and I'm like, gee, I wonder if I'll ever be friends with this person. And then I'm suddenly friends with this person. I'm like, holy shit. But it's just a matter of like just being, you know, a nice person and getting to know people, and you know, I feel that once people have an open heart to introduce each other, it just becomes a really nice experience. And I think the Machinima community has been like that for me more than any other, like more than the Sonic fandom, that's for sure. But yeah.
So what you're essentially saying is, open your heart. Everything's gonna be all right.
Oh my god!
I was thinking the exact same thing.
I swear.
So another joke that I wanted to throw in is just going back off on that making friendship thing with a lot of people in this community.
You're ruining now.
I have the same thoughts as you, Cisco. It's like I've admired a lot of these people, especially a lot of the older guard that have been around, who's been doing this far longer than any of us have been doing it so far. And it's kind of like you get to work with these people that you've admired so much, and you get to learn from them, and then you get to experience things, and you get to not only learn from them, but also they also learn a few things about you. They also teach you about a lot of things. It's basically a sort of a feedback loop as well, that you get to all learn a little bit of something, and you also get a little bit of friendship. And it's also something very important that I've also learned. It's just, don't be afraid to ask for help from older people if you need it, because they have the things that they've known it for a while, and they can definitely help you out with the experience sometimes, as long as both of you do have the time to do it. And to end it off with a joke, your social link with Tigra has increased. He will now die for you.
Jesus Christ.
Well then.
That's more of a hi, I'm Daisy joke.
I am
though,
Daisy.
So.
That was
yes.
Thank you. To answer Tiger's questions, I want to reiterate what everyone else just said. Since this is a very wholesome topic, my biggest takeaway would be literally just the Machinima community as a whole. Because when I first started making Machinima, I made a pretty crappy Smash 4 series. I mentioned that time and time again. It wasn't the best, and I had such little communication because it was just me and videos at the time. It was just me and videos. And I was just making Smash 4 Machinima. I originated from Instagram. And so I get these comments from Isaiah Cal and Obsidian Skin and everyone from the Retro Pixels who were just commenting, and they invited me to a Discord server, and it's like, oh, what's this? A whole Machinima base? I've never heard of it. I come in here, it's literally a group of individuals who make Machinima, and I mean, I don't know why, but ever since I joined the Moonbase and got involved more into the Machinima community, it's kind of motivated me to make something, wanted me to actually what I want to add. It it's a big support group, really. We all support each other, and the fact that ever since I started my Ultimate Machinima, I started getting recognition from people. Hey, RamZ is good. Then I got introduced to join a Smashing 13. Shout out. And, it kind of just boosted my motivation to continue on for doing something I'm really passionate about. Because making Machinima it's truly a passionate thing. A lot of motivation to do, and I know it can be tedious at times. We do have our times where we just frustrate them, but in the end, we're all just truly passionate about it and have that support.
Your mic keeps cutting off.
Really?
Towards the end.
Yeah. It almost sounds like you're censoring yourself.
It's fine. I hear it just fine.
Yeah, I heard it fine too.
Anybody else have any takeaways they would like to share?
Okay, I'd like to go.
Go ahead.
My biggest takeaway would have to be the people I've met. I still remember how it was when I was first starting out at voice acting. I was trying out for a few casting calls and rejected for almost most of them, and actually my motivation was actually going down for quite a bit. And then Slash makes his series Bound to Smash, which actually was my voice acting debut, and I'm thankful Slash that you were able to do that for me, and it was going like that for a while, and then I get this email message from Isaiah inviting me to the Skype chat, and made me feel honored, and then after a while the Discord. When Discord came along, I get the invitation once again, and I have arrived to a place where I never thought I would be meeting all these people and machinimers who I followed for a while, and now I'm making this series, and as I said way back, I'm grateful for everything. The people I've met, the groups I've been a part of, how far my progress has come during these few years, and I'm grateful and hopeful and joyful, so full. Grateful.
Big gun, big heart.
That's a big heart moment there.
I actually feel that too.
Yeah.
I mean, let's just go back to when.
I feel you deeply.
Let's see.
I don't have enough Kleenex
like,
for this.
Yeah. Maybe I haven't said anything in a while. Ever since that rant like 15 years ago. I think the one thing that I am grateful for is how easy it is to get into the community. I mean that like how easy it is to get into the community. Like honestly, when I had made the first episode of Bound to Smash Alpha way back like 2 or 3 years ago, Isaiah DM'd me on YouTube DMs. Remember those? That's how old that was.
Oh my
Anyways, so like he had DM'd me and he was just like, "Yo, we want to talk. You know, it seems pretty cool. You got a good concept." And then he invited me to Retro Pixels, and then he sent me the Machinima Moonbase, and I peek in there often at work, and like when I'm just like working on stuff like Bound to Smash in general or anything other project. And I'm just fiddling around. I'm like, okay, cool. There's a bunch of other stuff too, and I see the community and it exists, you know. And it's just really interesting and cool to see like everybody's like 2 cents or anything really that they can help out in any way, shape, or form. Like Lone too. Like Lone is probably like one of the of people that you can actually know in the community, because one day Lone just deadass just came to me and just told that was kind of off-putting to him. That was in one of my episodes, and I was like, yo, I never really thought of it like that, because, you know, I was only looking at it through my perspective, but other perspective matters too. And I was like, yo, this is actually pretty cool. This is sick. I'm getting feedback, you know, like little feedback and stuff like that from Isaiah as well, because I tune in sometimes with like, you're doing like intro ratings and stuff like that. And it's just really cool to see like just the positive feedback and the constructive criticism, or the really, I'm just going to call it criticism in general, because I really don't like it when people beat around the bush and tell me BS. I like it when people tell me how it is. And so far, like those three, Speed, Lone, and Isaiah have told me how it is. And I'm like, this is pretty sick. And I'm pretty sure everybody else would probably tell me how it is as well if I asked. So it's really cool to see that it's a community where you can literally just allow yourself in there, and you don't really have to worry about anything, and no one will basically eat you alive for producing something else or something else like that, because it's really unique. And I just like that atmosphere about it. And that's all I have to say, really. And like, it's really hard. It's like, it's low-key, I don't get too mushy, but like, it's just low-key heartwarming that we get to see a bunch of cooperation from other people, and then like we gush about we gush about Rams for like 5 seconds, and then we gush about someone else's show and stuff like that. Like, it's really cool, you know what I mean? Like, it's stuff like that that keeps me going. And honestly, that's one of the things that drives me the most, is that just hearing stuff like this or watching somebody else's like work is what keeps me going in general. And I'm just like creeping in Discord and seeing everybody's like insider, hey, I have a voice actor for you, hey, this person's doing that, you know. It's hyper informative, and I like that a lot. Not a lot of Discords and not a lot of communities. Like literally, this is someone that's been a part of a lot of communities. It's very hyper communicative, and I like that a lot. That's probably one of my biggest things about it. So I'm very grateful for the community as a whole. Like, everybody in general, everybody's awesome. There hasn't been a single point in time where I've been like, yo, why am I dumb? Why am I here? There hasn't been a point where I've actually said that. And that's all I have to say.
And everyone's
10,000
like
IQ.
heartwarming answers, and I'm like, guys, criticism's good.
I mean, hey, if they go hand in hand.
Mm-hmm. If you really want your child to grow, or you want your series to grow as a whole, you really have to do everything in your power to actually literally take the criticism and then take it as it is. Don't take it to heart. I think that's pretty much the best way to actually look at it.
Yeah. I myself need to take that, heed those words, because Challenger's Edge is pretty much I had a whole episode finished in the script, and the voice actors were finished. Everything was finished. I just didn't really record all that much, and a part of me was just like, oh no, what am I doing? I think people are gonna. I just felt like I wasn't good enough, and that is a very, very obnoxious thing that many people have to go through. And most artists would say, don't feel that way, because you'll never be perfect. And for us artists, it's pretty much an endless journey, because even though we're super good here, but we're not really still. We just keep evolving, basically, and it's kind of the same for musicians, filmmakers, etc., even machinimators. We're all evolving. So even though your first thing was shit, your new thing is gonna be great. But then you look at your great one and you be like, this is shit. You make a new one and that's also pretty great. So it's been a vicious cycle.
It's that feedback loop.
I will say that and a good reason why I'm glad that you're here, because when this event was made a couple months ago, a thing that I was considering is inviting more than just machinimators. You know what I'm saying? I don't think in this community you really need to have an active series or just a series in general to really be in here, because the Smash Summit was pretty much made to just give people in the community in general a platform to speak on. I think anyone from voice actors to people who make animation stages, textures and stuff like that, anyone who just has a contribution in any type of way to the community should be happy to be here and feel comfortable to get invited to stuff like this. So I don't think just because the series isn't there, I feel like I speak for almost everyone when I say for you, for example, Cisco, your contribution when it comes to just animations in general, texture making in general, it's huge. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just glad that you're here. I'm glad everyone else is here. I'm definitely going to be opening this to voice actors as well eventually. There's just
maybe
it's just
the
dope
whole
to
voice
see.
acting panel.
Yeah, it's just dope to see stuff like this. So. Yep.
Thanks.
Yep.
I'm legit blushing right now.
Aww.
I feel like I should end it right there, Tara. I don't know, man. Is there?
Oh God.
Is there any? Is there?
Phone is again having
Sasha,
a
you
breakdown
crying?
in his chat.
I was like, what the hell?
Oh my goodness.
This is picture.
Is there anybody else that wanna?
I'm looking at the table.
I'm so sick of this guy.
The table is just an open bag of talkie.
And now we went back to just
So is there anybody else who wants to? I feel like this is gonna be the last question, actually.
Yeah, I feel like this is a pretty good note to end on. If it
So is
would
it
like to add anything else?
Is there anyone else that wants to say answer the last question or anything before we send things off?
I can't talk much because I'm buried in a whole bunch of tissues. I'm sorry.
Rip. Press F to pay respects.
Oh, no. Rest in peace to my tear ducts.
So, last chance to everyone get any last things out. Going once, going twice.
I'll just say that this has been a dream that I've been living in that I never thought I'd ever be living in. I'll just keep it at that.
Or is it a dream?
Dun dun dun.
It feels like a dream because it's always been one of my dreams, and now seeing it as reality is just mind blowing.
You missed 2 hours, Dragon Rider. I'm sorry.
Oof. Poor soul.
Boy.
But I appreciate you for coming anyway.
Yeah. Still.
Yeah.
Don't worry, it'll
Always
be
catch the
released on
archive.
Blu-ray.
Yeah, you can always catch the archive.
Well, with
You
that,
catch that awesome moment with Slash.
With that, I think Smash Summit 2 is over. And
It has been both a welcome and a very cursed
yes. Well, this is your second one. What are you saying no for?
Of course it's cursed. We have a timekeeper.
Yeah.
Okay,
funny to say. Funny to say, Lone was.
It's gonna stick, Tara. It's happening.
Funny to say, Lone was the timekeeper for the first one, and he passed that responsibility on. Anyway,
I will always be Tara the Timekeeper.
Tara the Timekeeper, special. Appreciate everybody for coming through. I want to say thank you to everyone inside the call, as well as everyone in the comments who slid through. If you're still here or not, if you're listening to
Anybody
this.
like some final words before we close out the stream?
Yeah.
I have one.
What's up?
Okay.
Me, I have one too.
Same.
All right, then we'll go top to bottom.
Go for it.
Okay.
All right. All I wanted to say is I always wanted Red Way.
All right.
Oh my god. Terry, you and I are both
Beautiful.
They're messing with both of us.
Always. You.
Damn
Anybody
it.
else?
You just had to say that, Gil, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Alright, here's mine. The last thing I'm gonna say for this thing. Here's 2020. Hopefully we all don't die.
Hey.
Hopefully, from 2020, we get some really great content, and we also have
a better
improve our works, improve our stuff, and we all get texture hacks relatively quickly in Smash Ultimate.
and make the cameras work in the stage builder, Sakurai, please.
That too.
Give us the last character from the Fighter's Pass.
Okay, I feel like we're all just okay. I feel like this is okay. Now this is just a cry for help.
Come on, Reggie, give us one.
Why was it ever not?
You have a point there.
Daddy Sakurai, please.
Okay. Okay, that's it. Good night, everyone.
All right, guys. Thank you, everybody, for coming.
Hey, no guard for Smash.
All right. And it's ending 3,